Hi, I'm going to show you how to make a pie slice and an asterisk shape type thing that you can extrude to make it walls. I'll be following these instructions, so you will see me flip back and forth. I'm going to start with the pie slice. It's a little bit easier. I'll draw a circle. I got paused. Sorry about that. I will start with the pie slice. I'm going to make a circle that has a radius of 3 inches. So choose a circle tool. I like starting on the origin. I'm not sure why, but I'm going to draw a circle. And then before I do anything else, I'm going to hit 3 on my keyboard and enter. And it automatically scales itself down to 3 inches. And it's inches because that's the template I'm working in. I'm now sort of changing the view. And I'll zoom in a little bit. And I am going to delete the inside. So I click just the inside and delete. I'm going to select the outside and right click and go to divide. And so even though our wall thing needs 8 sections, I discovered through playing that for the lid thing on your candy machine, I think you're only going to want 8 slices, and that slice will be bigger than the part. So right now it's showing a division of 6 units. If I type in the showing a division of 8, I'm going to switch it by 6 by typing in 6, enter. Again, that worked because I hadn't done anything else after I chose the command. So in SketchUp, if you do something immediately after drawing something, like typing in a number, it executes that usually as a size request. So at this point, I'm going to zoom in closer and pan over a little bit. I don't know why that pan's not working. Oh, there it is. I think I'm getting a delay because I'm recording at the same time, which might make things difficult, but let's see. Okay, I'm using this tool to draw a line, and I'm just going to draw from each point to its opposite side. I probably don't have to do all of these because I'm going to end up erasing most of them. So I can click to erase most of these radii. And so I have one slice left, and if I click the outside, it deletes the outside, and there's my lovely pie slice. I'm going to double click it and move it to the side. I'm also going to make it a component, and I can do that by hitting V, and I'll call it slice. And I'll leave that to the side. But basically, I've already done this whole list of instructions. You can see the last one is using the push-pull tool. And the push-pull tool, if I rotate a little, slow, and choose the push-pull tool. It's telling me I can't. It's probably because I made it a component. So I'm going to open the component, get the push-pull tool, and pull that up. And again, if I want to define the size, if I type in 1/2, enter, that's a 1/2 inch slice, which is probably too big for what you needed. I'm going to change it to 1/8. So I'm going to switch to the scale tool, but I need to have this whole thing selected. So I'm going back to the arrow, Control A to select the whole thing, switch to scale, start scaling, and then, ooh, that's a bad idea. I want to scale only the height. So I'm going to push this and then type 1/8, and now that's 1/8 of an inch thick. And I'll click outside, double click outside, or hit escape a couple times. I don't know why that's not working. Okay, so there's my little pie slice. I am going to move it a little further just to get it out of the way, because now we're going to make the spiral. So the spiral you have to do with rectangles because it's not easy to use push-pull on a line. So I'm going to make a skinny rectangle. But before I do anything else, I'll type in 1/8, comma. I actually hit the comma key 6 because I want it to have a length of 6. So that is 1/8 of an inch by 6 inches tall. I am going to copy it and paste. And then the one I just pasted, I want to rotate. So I'm going to take my rotate tool, click in the middle, turn it so it knows which axis I want to turn on. And now it's rotating, but again, you can type in an angle. So I'm going to type in 90 and enter. And that was flipped 90 degrees. Now I'm going to center both of these at the origin. So I'm going to change my view a little bit, which is not working well. Actually, I'll show you a trick. I'm going to go to Camera, Standard Views, Top. Now this blue line is my Z-axis, so it gave me the top view, but I'm not happy with the position, so I'm going to pan. It's not working well. Oh, there it goes. That's really hard to do with this lag. Go to Camera, Standard Views, Top again. I guess I'll try to do it from here. So first, I'm going to take this first rectangle, and you can see I have its midpoint. So as I drag with the midpoint, I can place it on the origin. I can then select my other rectangle, go to the Move tool. Before I click, I can select the midpoint and move that until this says that's on the origin. If I zoom in, you can see there's 4 little crosshairs. When I delete those, it will just be the cross. Okay, so now I'm going to zoom out. And the directions over here say to make it a component. I'm going to try to skip that and see if it works. So I'm going to copy it and paste it. I need to rotate this on 45 degrees. So I'll take my rotate tool, I'll put it in the middle, kind of in the middle. Click to set the rotation and then type 45. So now that's a 45 degree cross. And I'm going to move this over the origin. And this is where I had trouble because it's hard to get it exact. You're going to see when I zoom in. That's not too bad. The problem is if I try to move it again, it does that weird stuff. So you want to be careful when you're moving. If you're not happy with the placement, I'm going to undo. Undo. And I actually will make it a component. So I'm going to say G and I'm going to say cross. And now that this one's a component, if I move it, and I'm going to try to, it's doing the end point. I wanted to do the center point and it's not doing that, but if I can get this to say origin, because you'll see if I zoom in, you can see it doesn't get exact, which is super annoying. Plus, if we're not looking straight down on it, which we might not be, this isn't an accurate view anyway. Let me see what happens when I go to the top again. Okay, you'll still be able to see the next steps. Although, I could tell by the angle of this, it's probably bad. I can still move this piece because I made it a component. So making components is a really valuable thing to do. Camera, standard view, top. Doesn't look accurate. But that's because I think the z-axis is not right below me. But I'm going to show you the next steps, because if this was lined up better, you can see the next steps, and hopefully you'll have a better job positioning it without the sketchy movement. So I am going to right click on this component and explode. That takes the component part away. Oops, my mouse and I shouldn't have. Switch back to the arrow tool. If I zoom in here now and deselect, and then you select these little bits, the little lines like we did when we first made the cross. You got to do that, because otherwise the push-pull doesn't work well. And it's a little bit hard because the axis thing lines too. But you're going to see when I push-pull that this is not a good job of laying them on top of each other. I made a mistake, so I undo. Remember to get the little lines and not the fill-in. So I need this line and this line. I think I want to get rid of that line. So I've gotten all the intersecting lines. So it's oops, I accidentally removed that wall. But you'll still get to see what we do next. It's definitely an imperfect example of what you want to be doing. But I believe since I lost this inside, I'm just going to delete all the other pieces. I want to show you the meat. I want to show you the push-pull tool. There we go. There's one more line in there, but I think it's just the axis. Oh, there is a line. Okay, so zoom out again. Come on, zoom out. Computer's not working well. Oh, please don't be stuck. There we go. If I now take the push-pull tool, I can go there and get walls. So hopefully your computer won't be sticky like mine was, and you'll be able to create this shape well before you start erasing these inner lines so that you can push-pull. Also notice that I've just pulled it up. If I enter 2 and hit enter, it should have given that a height of 2, but I don't know if I did it fast enough because it looks like it might be higher. But anyway, I hope that gives you a pretty good overview. Bye.